Yes, yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the Man United podcast, which is the podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. So please keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United related, please, people. I know my connection's moving kind of dodgy because I can see the visual isn't too good. That should clear up in a second. But as long as you lot can hear me, that is indeed the main thing. And Manchester United running the gauntlet. Important in stretch of games is here. Most important stretch of games is here. And I've been saying for months now about it's one game at a time, one game at a time. And shout out to Pops from Beijing Reds TV. He likes to remind me that I say one game at a time. And the Premier League season is all but over. It's all about trying to gain confidence. Winning is a habit, about trying to put some form of run together and gain confidence, like I stated. But it's all about the Europa League for Manchester United. But you look, Forest away, tough game. Manchester Derby, always bragging rights on that. Then it's the Lyon game. Then I believe it's Newcastle away. And then following that, the home leg against Lyon in the second leg against Lyon in the Europa League quarterfinal. So that is going to be, what's the word I'm looking for? It's going to be key. In particular, the Europa League, of course, you're not looking for injuries as well. But big up to everyone that's joined over from the raid, from the Troops TV. Big up to Eddie as well. No stress, Eddie. I dropped the link in the group chat as well. Like I said, my visual should clear up in a second, but you lot can hear me. That is indeed the main thing. And it's because I'm uploading a file. That's what it is. Not on this laptop, on the other one. So it's affecting my issue. I'm probably going to, let me see. Where's it at? It's a big ass file as well. So you know what? You lot might just have to you know what? I'll do it afterwards. Let me switch it up now. Give me a second. This shit should clear it up. Because I don't know why it's moving funny like this. I don't know what's going on. So unsure as to why it's moving dodgy. But you lot, like I say, get your questions in. Big up to Warrior J as well for dropping loads of comments. Loads of comments in the comment section. The United are talking a hell of a lot. Well, Amarim's talking so much information regarding us. Let me clear this up. Because this thing is moving crazy. Let me cancel this. Should be all right now. Been trying to sort out shit the whole time. All right. Me join back. And hopefully this does indeed clear up and we'll get into everything Manchester United, of course, unfortunately. Because I say Europa League got a bust for us. Let's be real. Europa League got a bust. This game against Forest is going to be a dead game. I don't think it's going to be entertaining in the slightest at all. I really don't. Boom. There we go. We back. Look at that. Cleared up now. See how we back like that. Hey, big up to Dens in the chat as well. Let's see what Warrior J has put here. So Cheeto Obi Martin will be part of the under-18 squad for tonight's FA Cup Youth semi-final against Villa. I didn't even know Manchester United's FA Youth Cup squad was playing today. The under-18s was playing in the Youth Cup. Amarim confirms Harry Maguire and Euro are available for United's game against Forest. Euro being back, that's definitely a plus. Maguire's a negative, let's be honest. Our defense is miles better without him, especially the way the manager's trying to play. You're trying to play with, Maguire is only effective when you're playing in a low block. If you're playing a deep line and there's no space and opposition can't run around or run into any space or run beyond, Maguire's effective. Even if you're trying to play, you don't even have to be playing a high line like Ange Postecoglou. You're just playing a medium line. Let's say you're playing just an average normal line. Any spacing behind, you're getting cooked. Even the way you got cooked for one of the Everton goals, that wasn't necessarily a high line. And Amarim's come away from doing like the man-to-man press, but we're still at points trying to get up the pitch. And Maguire can't do that. He's got zero mobility. This is Amarim on Heaven's injury. No, it was not so serious, so he's recovering. He's not ready to play, but he's going to return this season for sure. That's a big plus. Big up to Kingsman as well. Yo, that file really had my visual moving mad. I just cancelled it, and now look, this shit just cleared up instantly. Luke Shaw's not ready yet. We are starting to do some drills with the team, but we're building. Mason Mount is feeling better, but he was already on the bench last game. Here's the interesting part. Maino is almost returning, but he's not ready for the game. Johnny Evans is recovering. Aiden is recovering. Licha Martinez is out. I think that's it. Maguire is also ready to go to the game. And Euro, yes, Maino being back is a major plus. If we're going to do anything of note in the Premier League, we ain't doing nothing of note in the Premier League. Anything in the Europa League, Maino being available and playing anywhere near the level he can helps us. increases our chances so much. And then if you add Ahmad potentially coming back, do I think we win the Europa League with those two? Personally, no. However, they increase our chances. It easily double our chances. Without doubt, comfortably double our chances, those two. Without question. It's just, and when I say double, that don't mean it's high. It means take it from 10% to 20%. Or from 10% to 25%. You could argue more than double. I've not actually sat down and done the maths, but slim to none in the yo, I just see what Eddie said. He said Cankles ain't never gonna be ready, yo. This guy, yo, that's out of order. That's so out of order, Eddie. But yeah, Maino getting back because we need some X factor in the final third because our attack is woeful. Our attack is terrible with everybody fit. Like as a unit, as much as I rate Ahmad as an offensive player, even though he's going to play right wing back, but you can put him in the offensive player bracket, even playing at right wing back. And Maino, even with those two in the side, our attack ain't it. We don't have anyone who's, I've said this before, we're the only team, actually, let me scratch that. We're the only team probably in the top 10, top 15. And when I say that, I'm talking about like just even, yeah, because we're not top 10, but like teams who are aiming to be in the top 10 or teams in the top 15, where you don't have a player in your side that you guarantee gets you 15 league goals a season. You go down the list of all the other teams, most of the teams have someone. If a player plays 38 league games, you can say, oh, he's going to get you 15. We don't have that. Bruno at most, and that's with penalties, will get you 10, 11, 12. But who's in double figures for us in the Premier League from just open play goals? All right, you can include for Bruno, include free kicks. Because obviously he scored the free kick against Arsenal. But even with and without penalties, outside of Bruno, do we have anybody who has 10 league goals this season? Because Ahmad's still like our second highest goal scorer in the league. Legit asking. I know I could check this, but yes, that's why the point I'm making is Maino needs to get back. That is the point I'm making. But I'm also saying, I think I can say that I'm really confident and the players are more confident. The energy is different, but I know that could change with results. We know we have to improve and we are ready for these 2 final months of the season. Yeah, he's right there. It's all about results. We're at the business end of the season. It's called that for a reason. Amarim on targets for the rest of the season. I don't know which place we're going to finish in, but we want to win games. We still have matches to finish in a different position. We are more confident, so we are looking up. We want to win games and looking up at the moment. This is Amarim on United's schedule. We had the kind of schedule in the last weeks with less players. It's really important for us to have these players available for us to fight. I think it's a very good moment in our season. I know we will have at least 3 games in the Premier League that are really tough. The Europa League is also really important. Amarim on Nuno and the job he's done at Forest. I'm not surprised. He's a top manager. The environment will be really nice. They are doing amazing, but we want to continue to win games. Yeah, nothing real much in regards to it. Heaven and Euro close. Is that what he said? Big up. Yeah, he's saying that Heaven will play some part this season, but he's not going to play in the Forest game, and that Euro is at full fitness. Warrior J says, I know you said the Premier League season is over for United, but if you get positive results before the Lyon game, will it give you slight confidence for the first leg next Thursday? Yes, because I keep saying this. Winning is a habit. Same way we talk about bad habits all the time. We don't talk, and like bad culture, we don't talk about good habits. We don't talk about good culture. So if Manchester United start picking up positive results, players are then going to become more confident. Form is something you can't turn on enough. And that's from an individual aspect and a team aspect. Team, I've never seen in the history of me watching football a team win games and it's deemed a bad thing. Winning football matches is always a good thing. Amarim mentioned it there when he said about the mood is good, that can change with results. If we go lose to Forest and we lose to Manchester City, that puts even more of our approach to the Lyon game and everything is negative. Or Manchester United are coming off the back of 2 losses. However, let's say we win at Forest and beat City in the Manchester derby. We were going to be on an absolute high. You just went to Forest away and won. You have been one of the better sides in the Premier League, and then you've beat City in the derby. Players are going to be on the high. That place is now going to be jumping. Whereas on the flip side, the first scenario I mentioned, Old Trafford going to be down. They're going to be on the quiet. So, like, that's what it is. And in regards to Dorgu's suspension, I think it's done. Yeah, he must have. Yeah, Dorgu's suspension is done. 110%. It's got to be. It's been 3 games already, I'm fairly sure. and he's going to be needed back. But yeah, go and try and pick up and win at Forest. The Manchester derby, I actually fancy our chances as well in that. Eddie, what are you saying, man? You good?
Cooling, brother. What up, though?
Oh, bless, man. Oh, bless. Oh, bless. And yeah, I'll get the answer to this question from you as well about the Premier League season. Warrior Jay's asking if we get positive results before the Lyon game, will it give you slight confidence for the first leg? Are you already confident? Let me not even presume because we haven't even spoke in depth. Yeah, your thoughts on before you get to this, your actual thoughts on the Lyon tie.
Oh, Scam Chester United in full effect, man. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it, brother. I'm trying to sell water to Aquaman right about now, bro. That's what we
Yeah.
doing right about now, man. So we got to get the job done. No excuses. You wear that badge for a reason. When moments like this come up, better not embarrass us, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. And like with me, especially with our performances, bro, I need to see every game be a bar fight,
Right.
straight up. I don't
Yeah.
want us to look like we getting our ass whooped for 30 minutes, make it work for like 25, then get our ass whooped for another 30 minutes. I'm not trying to see that.
Mm.
Play the game, play the full 90, and we always will give ourselves a chance. That's how I look at it with this team, man.
Yeah. That's fair. So you more confident going into this Lyon game than I am because you saying so. If let's say we do get some good results, Forest away to Manchester derby, does that give you more confidence going into the game in terms of I don't know, maybe from the scamming side or both?
Now, you see, bro, the thing is, I told you, flawless. Scamming don't got nothing to do with what you see. It's about what you selling. You feel me? It's
Yeah, that's
about how you selling it. I mean, of course, I need good results against Forest and City because, honest to God's truth, that's what we deserve. We done been through hell this whole season. The least y'all can do is show up when it really matters, just crunch time.
right.
We started to see you guys them try and get their shit together with these past. I think we won like what 4 games on the bounce. So we've been having good results, but this is where it matters. We got Nottingham Forest,
Yeah,
City,
we're like undefeated in
Newcastle.
4. Yeah. The Gauntlet's crazy. Yeah, but undefeated. I think we're
Yeah.
undefeated in a minute now. But go on, carry on.
So yeah, no, that's all I was saying, man. It's all about what we do in the now. Like I'm so single game orientated with this team.
Mm.
If I'm just being real about it, every game is a test. Not just for these players, because a bunch of these players have failed already, but for this manager.
No,
That's
no, that's
it.
fine.
This manager's on the clock. I know people don't like to hear it, but he can't
Oh,
be
talk about
losing
that.
games. He can't be losing games like this, bruh.
Hmm.
Not at all. Not at all. Granted, like I said, when you look at the way we started out in turmoil because we were half stepping with the manager we had beforehand,
Yeah.
transferred to a completely different manager with a completely different ideology. And to be fair, we didn't even give him an adjustment period.
True.
We said,
True.
bro, we were smack dab in the middle where all these teams are geared up, ready to go.
Yeah.
And we just flipped everything on its axis and thought, you know what? He has to figure it out. Because that's what we demand at the club. We
Facts.
had high hopes, then we had to be realistic, and now realistic is the bare minimum. We seriously have to start getting results, or else his job is not safe. It can't be.
Oh, facts.
Especially if Ineos who they say they are, or who they sell us on who they are, cutthroat committee, only worried about the best of the best. Him figuring it out 2 years while we're stuck at fucking 13th ain't gonna cut it. So
Yeah.
that's where I'm at with it. Like, do I want it to work? Yes, because I seriously, we already have the stigma that players come to United to die. The
True.
last thing we need is players come to United. I mean, coaches come to United, managers come to United, so their career dies as well. That's
Hmm.
the last thing we need. So that's where I'm at with it. He got to get the shit done.
Well, you right now. I hear that thoroughly. Hey, you lot continue to run up these likes, man. There's over 100 in the building. Run up the likes. Let's get up to 50 likes. There's only 25 likes. Let's double that. Like check 1212. Make sure you share across all the socials. Subscribe to the channel. Sarcasm City TV. Roll to 15K. Big up to everyone listening on the audio platforms as well. Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud. Or you might be watching the visual on the Spotify because that's the route we've gone down now. So you can get not only the visual on YouTube. You can get the visual on Spotify as well as the audio. But big up to everyone supporting Sarcasm City TV in whatever capacity as well. But like Eddie mentioned there about the manager being under pressure, and it's a result, because we all know it's a results-based business. But I'm just so done with the Premier League season. If I could sim the rest of the games, I would. We're not doing anything of note. It's all I keep stating it, and I will continue to state it. It's all eyes on the Europa League. It's all eyes on the Europa League. That's all man is interested in. We can somewhat more than salvage the season. Actually have a great moment at the end of this. Have a great moment in what's been an absolute horrendous season. Where it's been worse, like it's been the absolute worst for everything. We've broken, go and break records in the Premier League in regards to the lowest finish, the defeats, goal scoring, all these type of stuff. Players, it's all just been dreadful across the board. It's been a complete mess. But if we can somehow go and pick up a Europa League, it's a European trophy, even for the Champions League. Obviously, that's an added bonus for me. It's just about going to win another European trophy. Going, okay, giving the manager some confidence, and that actually gives him some money in the bank. Is like, right, you can win the Europa League with this. Look. Okay, let's see how you do next season. And it's like a film, like I keep stating this, that's like terrible. And the plot is terrible. Storylines all over the place. The beginning of the film's terrible. The middle of it was terrible, but the ending was fine. You sit there and go, hey, that film wasn't too bad, actually. It was decent because it's had an absolute fire ending. That's what the Europa League would be. Terrible film for the vast majority of it, but then it gets to the end and it's like, all right, I won a Europa League.
So we're trying to end game it. We're trying to end game it. Brother, they tried to put me to sleep. I like the last hour.
True say, that's it. Even though
I like the last hour.
Endgame was fire. The last hour, that's a valid point. Because the last hour was so good. That's what made that film where you go, whoa. I like the rest of it beforehand, but that's a very valid point. It's like Endgame. You spot on.
Yeah. Because trust me, I was trying my hardest not to fall asleep them first two.
I can't lie.
Motherfucking Fat Thor out there playing Fortnite. They talked about peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and shit. I saw Thanos get his head chopped off the first 15 minutes. I'm like, okay, we on some smoke. I see Ronan out here chopping up the Yakuza. Okay, we on some smoke. Then I gotta see Tony Stark's simp ass just start crying for about half an hour. Get off my screen. Go run in that iPhone suit you got. Go hunt something, man. I'm tired of this shit, man. But the last hour saved it, man.
The last hour made that what it was, because that last hour was epic. And that's what it could kind of be for us. It's not Champions League, but it could make it. That's a great ending. Hey, good season. This is a big if, which it is. If you win the Europa League, how would you rate Amarin's season out of 10? That's the problem. I couldn't rate it as a whole. It'd have to be separate. Because outside of the Europa League, it would have been horrendous. It couldn't have gone more wrong for everybody. From Ten Hag up until winning the Europa League potentially, nothing has been good. There's the odd bright spot. Maybe the new signings have done, like Maz has done well, like a Delit has done well. Heavens played well when he's gone there and there, as is Collier. Xerxes turned it around. But that's few and far between. There's been way more woes and just way more just despair with Ten Hag, how that whole situation went. Amarim, the pressure he was under, all the conversations surrounding him, the board, let's not forget them fucking up with Ten Hag, giving Bruno a new deal. What else? The whole Dan Ashworth situation, etc., etc. Like the list goes, the list goes on. Like the list goes on. I'm just like, yeah, it's crazy work.
Yeah, I'll probably give him like if he wins Europa, he gets a 6.
Yeah, like
I'll give him a 6 if he wins Europa. If he doesn't, it's a 3. If he doesn't win that Europa, it's a 3, bro.
Well, the thing is, at the start of the season, Europa is the biggest trophy we can win.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'd have to.
That's why I give him hella points for it.
Yeah, Europa off rip to me is a 7. I'll say 7. Warrior J.
I fuck with that.
I'm saying a 7 if he go picks up a dub. Now, just because of the scenario, and it's probably with this team 7.5. That's what I'd say. So, yeah, if we win it, yeah, it's a 7 because you can't forget the rest of it. Also hinges on the Premier League, though, because if we fall off a cliff in the Premier League, that also hinges on it. If we fall off a cliff in the Prem. So
Yeah, because we like the only saving grace is we've shown up when big teams come to play.
yes,
Um, when we gotta play we gotta lost to Wolves, bro. Y'all
we
lost
got
to Wolves, man.
we lost to who we not lost to? Just literally everything we lost to
Spurs
everyone.
lost to Spurs.
Yeah, it's just Bar South. It's Bar Southampton, right?
Yeah,
We lost
yeah.
to everyone else. I think maybe we got a draw. Wait, Ipswich. We didn't lose to Ipswich either. We didn't lose to Ipswich. We did the double over Leicester. But it's few and far between. I think everyone else may have got. Actually, yeah, because Arsenal beat us in the league as well. Fuck. And we still got games to
We
play.
played Brighton. I think Brighton doubled up.
Yeah, yeah. Brighton always beat us, fam. You know what I'm saying? Brighton always beat
You know
us.
what I'm saying? I think we got a dub against Fulham. We did the job against Fulham,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they got us in the FA Cup.
Mm.
I'm trying to think who else. Shit, Bournemouth. We gotta play Bournemouth again.
Fuck. We gotta play. Oh, we gotta travel there, isn't it? Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
yeah.
When you were right when you said we were running the gauntlet. We running the gauntlet. Fuck,
I'm telling you, bro. I love it though. Let me see
Yeah.
who about it. I love it, man.
Eddie, we know they ain't about it.
Oh no, no, no. We know it's certified. It's certified after this one. They got nowhere to run, bro. I'm saying shout out to OG Ricky. OG Ricky put the boy under the cross in
Yeah, I
real
heard he
time.
went off about Bruno. I've not actually watched it, but I heard about this. Like, he went off
Crazy.
about
They
Bruno.
they did like a live show. He did like a live show. He broke down all 15 of his goal involvements. Said,
Oh
bro,
yeah,
did it
I
against
seen
fucking
that. Shout out to United Archive.
yeah,
He broke down all of his he broke down all of
crazy.
his quote unquote his 16 assists. It was mad. I was reading this. Shout out to United Archive. Make sure you follow him on Twitter if you're on there, people. It was crazy. I was like, oh yeah, let me get you. And don't worry, you. Like, I'm gonna get to let me get to the chat. I'm gonna get to Eddie. I got a couple other questions for Eddie as well. Hey, big up Steven, man. Big up. Been a member of the channel for 17 months. Appreciate it. Link for the membership is in the pinned comment on YouTube, people. Big up Flawless. Hope you've been well, brother. What's your thoughts on the Lyon game? We need to win the Europa to ban the Arsenal. Big up. Big up to you. It's been a minute, Steven. Big up for you for being a member for so long as well. I'm blessed. Hope you're all good as well. Thoughts on the Lyon game, which I've been speaking about. I keep saying this is not Manchester United versus Lyon. It's Manchester United versus Manchester United. I don't know what we're going to get. Which Manchester United turn up?
Mm.
We actually turn up and perform like we can get past them over two legs. Same way we did against Sociedad. Like, I was surprised. Like, as poor as Sociedad was, the Sociedad was shocking. We actually played well in those two games. In particular, the second leg at OT, because we could have folded after they went up, and we battered them. We absolutely battered them. Like, as much as we won the game for, I think, was it 4-1 it finished? Or was it 3-1? I think it was 4-1. The scoreline flattered them. And even over at their place, it was 1-1. They didn't have a shot on target to the 70th minute. We just showed our limitations going forward. But that even surprised me how well we performed there. Because many a time we've lost to teams like that. And when I say lost to teams, like not performing at their best. So that's what it is. And no more members Q&A, Stephen, because the man got too busy. That's what it was. So I had no time to fit him in anywhere. So yeah, that's what it is. I know you just asked that again. That's why I'm answering it. So yeah, no more members Q&As. But the fan calling shows tonight, 10:30 p.m. UK time. It's on the schedule. So you can see it. It's on the schedule. And Zed, I just call you Zed. You says you think we'll beat City. I think we will beat City, you know. I think for some reason, I think we beat City. I do. Hopefully Haaland's missing as well, which helps. What are you saying, Eddie? Do we beat City?
Of course, fuck Ivan Drago and whoever he came with. That's all I'm saying, man.
Because he got injured yesterday and then he left the stadium with a protective boot on. Of course, that could be just precautionary, as we've seen with Aiden Heaven, but he won't be back. He won't be back for our game. I don't see him playing Sunday. Highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. But actually, let me ask you, Eddie. Really want to get your thoughts. Bruno Fernandez linked to Real Madrid for 90 M's. Talk to me. Thoughts?
Yeah, man. Listen, hell of a captain. I'll be sad to see him go. You know, he wears the badge like few have who've donned it. You know, so Madrid, you're getting quite the player. You're getting quite the captain. Throw whatever you want. I'll be there to accept it. Don't even talk to the board. Just talk to your boy. Send me the paperwork. I'll sign off on it. We'll get the deal done. No question, man. But if this happens, I wouldn't know what to say. I I wouldn't understand it. Um, this guy's PR is incredible. It really is. To think you have that midfield you already have, and you think Bruno Fernandez adds to it, is crazy to me. It's crazy. Now I can understand the long. I guess that you're saying the long pass. I don't understand it. I'm sorry.
You don't see it, man. Links, because Troops was telling me like Links are saying Camavinga could leave. But we saying 90 M's, you know what I'm saying? Bruno go play in the midfield alongside Chouameni in front of Bellingham.
I mean, for 90
M's. 90 M's, man. That's the
report.
Oh
my God, Chouameni, Bellingham,
for
Bruno.
Yeah, man.
Football, what happened? Oh, football, what happened to the sport I love? Over under, he gets kidnapped in 5 months. I'm gonna go the over. I'm gonna go the over 5 months before they legit try this man, dog. Because again, Madrid historically have a sense of order to the way they play football, especially now that Carlo is leaving. And I heard they're talking to Xavi. It's like Alonso. It's like okay. Shit. At this point, like he wouldn't even fit that. So, I know you said it, and you said the best way possible. It sounds like a international break, conversation. Unfortunately, because at this point, whoever pulls up with the bag, take it and run. We fucked up not doing it with Garnacho because I guess we didn't have a plan for his replacement. We should have just got that shit done. Now, if this presents itself, do not think about it. 90 M's, do not think about it. Except move on. It's that simple for me, bro. Honestly.
Saying get it done.
Get it done. Get it done. Absolutely, man. I mean, again, I can buy a boat. I can buy a like.
Say that again. You broke up. Say that again. You broke up. Say that again.
My bad. You got me now?
Yeah. All good. You're back.
Yeah. So I was saying, I can afford a life vest. I won't drown in the tears of United fans who are crying because this guy's out of here. I'll be just fine. Okay. I really, again, if this is for real, please make it happen. I'm begging at this point, man.
90 M's, man. Like I've said it on back again. I'll say it here. It's the most international break transfer news ever. Manchester United were involved in the FA Cup quarterfinal. This is my opinion. This story, I call it a story. Yeah, this story, this fantasy, it's like Disney Plus. It's like Pixar. It's like something on there. It's like Fox. It's absolutely.
Nah, this shit Tubi kids, man.
Tubi, it's just dreamt. It's just dreamt up. That's what it is. It's completely a dreamt up scenario. None of it makes sense. Nothing at no part for them. If you're honestly looking at it, take all bias aside and look at it logically. Even when the Troops was like, yo, why are you saying it like that? I was talking about, okay, so let's say they're going to sign him for 90 million. Where does he start for them? Was my question. They got 3 roles. So let's say you got the 2 6s or 6 and an 8, and you've got the midfield, and you got the midfield as well. And then you got a 10. So you got your 2 6s or 6 and an 8 and a 10. So Bellingham plays in the 10. So we know that's sorted. Let's say hypothetically they do move on Camavinga or Modric leaves and doesn't sign a new deal. So that means you've got Camavinga, Chouameni, Valverde for those 2 of those spots, adding Bruno. So which 2 of those is holding bench? Someone let me know. You think is it Bruno, Chouameni, are starting, and then they've got Camavinga and Valverde on the bench. Is it Valverde and Bruno, and both the French boys are on the bench? Like, what is the combination?
You don't
Like,
pay
what we do?
90 million for him to sit on the bench, though. That's the thing.
There we go. So who is sitting on the bench? Now I'm just talking through it, Chindu. Like, obviously, if it happens to be true, do the damn deal.
Yeah, that's
You know
no, that's not our problem.
That's without be like I've already said. If this is hypothetically true, even though I believe in this less than I did the Southgate to Manchester United manager rules. Rumors, and I didn't believe that for a split second. You lot see me during the entire time that was going on. I said, "There's no way Southgate is going to become Manchester United manager." No reliable source said it ever. It was just dreamt up online, and because enough people tweeted about it and retweeted and quote tweeted and people shared it and content creators spoke about it, which I guess I understand from a rival fan perspective because it's funny. Because enough people spoke about it, it was like it was spoken into existence, like it was true. And I said, there's no reliable source. And even when the likes of Ornstein and Fabrizio Romano and when those two both said, hey, there's no links to him whatsoever and nothing has changed. And then none of the other reliable sources ever said anything about it. Or because enough people said ITKs, or as someone said, they're not ITKs, man, they're IDKs. I don't know. That's what they are. Can't remember who said that, but shout out to whoever that was. I can't remember what stream I was on. But someone called them ITKs, was like ID. I think it was Matisse, actually. IDKs, man. The I don't knows. That's what it was. They ain't got a Scooby on there. So, and I think less of this rumor than I do that one. Because where is he going to play? Like Eddie said, 90 million means he starts. Let's say Camavinga and Modric both leave, because there's reports Camavinga wants to leave. Modric is obviously getting on. Tchouaméni and Valverde are still there. They're signing Trent. So you got Trent and Carvajal as right back options, because people say, oh, Valverde's playing right back. Yes, which he has done, but now they've got two right backs. Rodrigo plays right side, and then you've got Gula who can play right side. You got Diaz can play over there. Obviously, you got Vinny, Mbappe, Rodrigo can all play on the left. Bellingham in the 10. Goulet can also play as a 10, as can Diaz as well. Where's he playing? And just want to put this out there. If you think he goes to Real Madrid and starts, you are lying to yourself.
He's a flawed footballer, people, pure and simple. Because even if you get him the ball where he needs it in these types of positions, can he consistently do the job you're asking him? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But again,
that's it.
Them go that GNA.
Even the GNA. But however, let me say this is true. From a Manchester United perspective, sell him today. Sell him yesterday. 90 M's. Sell him. But nothing's coming of this, man. Nothing.
You already shout out to Rashford. He's driving the price up. I appreciate you, my boy. Got people talking hot shit because he did it against Preston. Get some class, people. Get some class. Are you kidding me?
Talk about it. Let's go there. Rashford obviously scored the double.
I watched that game. Brother was tripping over the goddamn football. Back to his dumbass ways.
Damn.
Credit to him, because he's actually playing with other people who know how to play football, so it doesn't look like he's drowning as much. But I'm talking about just the individual performance I saw. Oh no. Yeah, bro. No, I'm cool. We made the right decision. Right?
Oh, definitely.
We made the absolute right decision. If I got to go through this Sancho situation, yeah, y'all gonna lose too. I'm leaving with something. Yo, man, my man's is gone. Your man's is gone. Now what? That's where I'm at.
Hey, man, and we raising money off both of them. Hey, if we can get 40 for Rashford, 25 for Sancho, 15 for Anthony, 90 for Bruno. Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
So do they have to buy him now?
No, Rashford is Sancho is an obligation. Rashford is an option, I believe. It's an option. So, but if they carry on playing the way they're playing, I think they go in for him. Anthony
they're going to go in for Rashford.
Because Betis just won the
Rashford for sure.
Betis just won the Sevilla derby. Seville, yeah, is it Seville derby? Sorry, not Seville.
Oh yeah,
That's the.
no.
They just call it Seville
Anthony's
derby.
getting sold. Anthony's getting sold for sure.
Well,
Which I mean, again, hey, I know Brazilian Demon. You left a 2-time Cup winner. How about that?
Brazilian
That's
team.
where we at with it. Brazilian Demon, you did your job. How about that? You feel me?
Big up, Leon. What are you
Now
telling
it's
me, man?
time.
You good?
I came at the wrong time. What's going on? Wagwan, what's going on?
Yeah, my
I'm back
dog.
from the
My
dead.
Are you good
dog.
first and foremost? Yeah, you good? Have you
I'm
been
blessed,
blessed?
man. I'm blessed. I'm back from the dead, man. You know how life sometimes, isn't it? But I'm here, man.
100%,
I'm
man.
here.
I know
But
you out here on the boxing promoting thing, man. I know Leon Promotions is coming soon, man. I already know.
I'm run club
Shout
as
out
well,
Leon
man.
King, man.
Yeah.
Shout out Leon King, man.
Big up, man. What are we saying? What's the weather saying in Kenya right now?
Yeah, man. I heard you doing that boxing, bro. And I wanted to say, let me get a little under the table, something, Shout out to Leon King,
I'm
man.
waiting for the boxing promotion to come. You'd be a great salesman as well, man. I'm waiting to see
Yeah,
you on
we're
Boxing
there, man.
Social and IFL TV and stomping around doing interviews, man. I'm waiting on
Yeah,
it.
you
The
know what? We do
visual's gonna
shows,
be
man.
A1 for sure.
We do shows. We're looking at doing a few docs this year, but yeah, man, we do shows on that. But yeah, it's good. It's good to build the narratives on people who aren't that well known as well. We've got some proper like local grid matches straight from the pub into the boxing ring. And you think I'm joking? That's how it runs.
Nah, I believe you.
You know
I'm
what I
gonna
mean?
try to get to when you got events coming up. I'm definitely gonna try to get to some.
I've
You
got
put
none in
on
money,
event,
but I've got Birmingham, Nottingham, and I've got London.
Cool.
So whenever you're ready, bro, just let me know.
Yeah. Definitely. If you're putting on an event and you're involved, I'm gonna come support. 100%.
Next one, May 24th, I think. Yeah, May 24th, something like that. So.
Yeah, that's when the season almost done. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna come try out and support. 100%.
Yeah. We'll look after you, man. I'll look after you, bro.
You're
Eddie, how are you, man?
Cool, man. Back in the motherland. You feel me?
This guy's a nomad. He's
Yeah, I
everywhere,
try.
innit? Yeah.
I try, man.
Yeah. You out here hustling, man. You already know you out here hustling. But yo, Leon, we ain't spoken a minute. So we'll go with the ironic, no pun intended, the Leon game. Thoughts on that? Do we get past them? You confident, not confident? Where do you stand?
I've not watched the last couple of games in full, to be fair, but I've always caught the highlights. I don't know. It's the real. This is like the crunch time now, really, isn't it? Forest tomorrow, Lyon. So let's see what you're about, really. 1 or 2 games, one doesn't do a lot for me, to be honest with you, with the season we've had. So, do we get through them? Do you know what? What's the Lyon squad saying right now?
People are saying, from what I've heard, because I ain't watched like that, they are playing well in League One. Their attack seems much better than their defense. So you look at their attack, like they got Cherky there. People have been waxing lyrical about him.
Good, though.
Lacazette's there. They got a couple others, but defensively they don't look too good. That's the gist of what I'm getting from most.
They've lost 8 games, but that's funny league, innit? Do you know what I mean? Let's sort of see how they go.
They're going 4th or 5th in League One, something like that.
There's always some ballers though, in it. To be fair, I like Lacazette's still there. Yeah, I don't know. It's down to who wants it. Really, we've got that kind of season whereby you just got to literally play the one-off game, innit? And like, I don't know how I feel about the rest of the season, to be honest with you, because even if we win the Europa and scumbag it, I'm like, you can't pull the wool over my eyes anymore. I'm kind of like, do you know what I mean? You know, if it's like penalties all the way to the final, I'm like, yeah, I don't feel confident into next season, but I'll be shameless for a little bit still. I don't know. What do you man think? That we have got some momentum, but do you know what I feel like? I feel like the momentum and the break now came at the right time. So now you have to show me something. You've had like Amarin, you know you're a better team now. I need to see something. I don't need to see like us go slap every team 4-0, but I need to see something, because if I don't see anything now, I've not seen anything all season. And I know people go, he hasn't got his own players, he hasn't got his own squad, but I need to see more in it. Like it's so piss poor right now, isn't it? So what about you, man? Are you confident? Do you think the break come at the right time? Like
the break coming, you could argue, because we was in our quote unquote better run of form going into the break. However, yeah, the break I suppose can help, especially with the injuries as well, because they're saying Mayno's not too far away. Ahmad could be back, and we thought both of those were going to be out for the season. So there's the positives as well. But in regards to the game against the tie against Lyon, it's just, I don't know which Manchester United I'm going to get, because people wax lyrical about Sociedad and they were awful against us. Lyon, of course, are better, but it's the Manchester United effect. Anytime we play anybody, they are hyped up by everybody. Anytime we play anyone.
I think with Sociedad as well, it's like they were as bad as us in regards to they were never going to score. Like people are telling me they don't score anything. So
they were like, I couldn't believe my eyes. I was like, really? Like that's against Spanish. Like when you see a Spanish side in Europe, you expect a certain standard. You expect them to be over level and like, all right, they're gonna be technically good and keep the ball well. They were dreadful.
Awful.
was like, what?
So bad.
I couldn't believe my eyes. So yeah, with that, I look here and go. But yeah, with the game against Lyon, not too confident. Eddie saying Scamchester,
Of course, Scumchester.
United.
That's a good.
Yeah,
one.
bro.
Scamchester
Yeah.
United, Ponzi
I don't know
scheme.
if y'all
FC.
heard me. I said I'm
Ponzi scheme.
Gucci with the 3C's scamming it, dog. That's where I'm at with it. Like I'm selling it to eat, bro. I gotta scam it. It's bad. It's bad, bro.
So bad.
I said Gucci with the 3 C's. I hear you. Trust me, I hear you, fam. I do hear that.
We thinking about who else we're also talking about like what we could see us potentially getting for the likes of Rashford, Sancho, and Anthony. And at this point, Anthony
He balling out
Anthony
over
might
there.
get 40.
Yeah, if we do that, we've done well. We've done well, Jim. And this is a lesson now that whenever you got a bit of a dud or someone you don't rate, you need to stick them out on loan, man. You have to like, advertise them in the shop window. Don't keep them on the bench. You keep them in the squad for no reason, like we were doing before.
Man.
So, say again.
I said, yeah, like you give them a chance to level up. Like you said, put them in the shop window.
If you can't give them the game time that they want and you're going to play them 2 games out of the last 20, what's the point? Like, just stick them on loan, innit? I'd rather have a youth player come in and play. Is it guaranteed then? Because I think I clocked part of a stream with you, Saeed, and a few other guys talking about Sancho's done. And a lot of people are saying they don't want to.
Yeah, because Sancho's an obligation to buy. So because it's an obligation, if they decide to cancel, they would have to pay us a fee. I think they pay the money. Whereas Rashford's an option. Anthony, I think, is just a loan. There's no obligation or option there. So that's one of them. At the end of the season, you can then negotiate. And he's playing well. Like I said, he just scored in the Sevilla derby. I don't know if he scored actually, but I seen him celebrating because they beat Sevilla. I think it was 2-1 over the weekend.
He's playing in one of the 10s. If he has to come back, I think, he could do a job.
Who?
You talking about Anthony? Eddie's been saying this, man, the Brazilian demon.
You already know.
You could. He's technically all right, but it's just he just doesn't have that. Everyone's scarred by the £90 million. If you take the £90 million out of it and look at him as a player, he's probably worth like 25, 30.
Yeah, if he was 10 M's, no one's buying it.
Yeah, exactly. But he's like, he could play quite well in the system. He fits different systems as well. That's one thing that people haven't clocked yet. But if you're going to get half that money back, or even the 40, you have to.
40,
start that experiment again. Yeah, so
absolutely. I just
brilliant business.
Yeah,
I'm just with him. It's one of those things where what the hell Ten Hag was doing, they need some type of ITV type, Netflix type documentary. Because how the hell he got away with 90 million for this brother? And this is my dog.
Yeah,
this is my dog. But come on now, like you said, 30, 40, that's perfect. That's his ballpark. 90 was ridiculous. Then you look at Ajax, and it's like we just wasted all that money because they steal some shit. So Rashford, I was crashing it on Rashford because people want to tell me, Manchester United, how could you do this? But it's like, bro, he did it against Preston. It was the same Rashford performance we've always seen. He's tripping over the football, just running the run. Wasn't anything to really like start bragging about. And the Sancho thing, I'm confused about because I haven't watched Chelsea like that. So I don't know. Is it just he doesn't fit what they like, or he's actually playing like some shit? That's like, for me, that's 2 different conversations when it comes to Sancho. People just don't like his style of football, or is it actually like he's just not a great fit for Chelsea as they're currently constructed? I haven't seen enough of them to like.
I think everyone's struggling over there.
Yeah, I think exactly, and they always love to highlight one player. I feel like with football nowadays, people don't understand that different players peak at different times. And if you look at Sancho, since he's come back to the Premier League, he's not had the run of games that he's needed to get that consistency. Because when he has had it, he has been consistent, and then he has had a run of games and he has been inconsistent. But it's like people don't believe in the model that you play a player for like a season, couple of seasons now, and you'll see the best out of them. And you kind of got to average out what you see over that season and a half, 2 seasons. And then you could really judge a player. Obviously, if a player is not on form or not up to the standard, they're not going to get that game time. But from what he's shown previously is that if we did stick him in the right system, because the system that he came into was, I think people looked at it and they thought Dortmund play counter-attack So then we play counter-attack, so it'll work. So because he's a star £70 million player, when we play the counter-attack, he has to get it right, just like a Martial or a Pogba would. But it's like he doesn't have the attributes to play the style of counter-attack that we do, the kick and run, the long distance and speed all the time. And he wasn't that.
That's the problem with Anthony.
Exactly. But if you'd have bought a striker or loaned somebody that was good at holding the ball up and you'd have played better technical players around him, not a Garnacho, people like that, you would have seen the best out of his game. I think the experiment's done. It's a shame because I always feel like when we have a player that I know they've got a certain level of caliber in the game, but we mismanage them, it frustrates me because I'm like, when are we going to get that quality again? But I think I think as much as I would like to see him work at United, I think he checked out a long time ago, and it's a shame because in the system that we are now, there's not anybody in the world that could tell me he couldn't play a 10 role better than the 10s we've got now. So,
I think people. You could phone people who play better than the 10 than Garnacho.
I mean, him and Zertsky, I can see so much like rhythm and pattern and stuff. So, but it is what it is.
Oh yeah, need to get your thoughts on this. Yeah, go on, Eddie. Go on, you go.
Yeah, it's like even now that I'm peeping what the manager's about, like the type of football he enjoys, you have to have that level of athleticism that he's looking for at a bare minimum. Yeah. And it's just there's some technical ability applied to what he wants to do, but for the most part, it's the intensity that his team brings that I think he's looking for. That's why a Højlund can survive out there, Garnacho can survive out there because they're just runners. They're not even playing football; they're just out there running and kicking shit. So they fulfill his pattern, and then you have the good thing is you have a Xerxes to kind of balance it out. For the most part, he's making he's the primary decision maker in the final third. I would say he gets the engine going there, but then having that Ahmad and that Dorgu is really gonna, I think, open up what he's trying to do. And if you have a striker and a 10 who can move with them at their pace, that just heightens it even more. So. Yeah, it's fucked up about the Sancho situation, but truth be told, it's a part of the graveyard. Yeah. Manchester United hasn't had a footballing identity in the longest time, and so when you have players who need structure around them in order for you to see what they're good at, they drown. They drown. That's why people who just play on their own fucking playing field, like a Bruno, Garnett, like these running types, like they can just kick the ball, see ball, chase after the ball, and that's it. They're good in that space. So for Sancho, it's unfortunate. I think we all say because we all had high hopes, but yeah, that's the way the shit goes sometimes. It is what it is.
I'm also a little bit concerned about what Amarin's bringing to the table because part of me feels like because I can only look at what he's shown me. Yeah, because he's obviously come over from Sporting. He's done well over there, but it's still a different league. You still have to have some I feel like the managers that do well in this league, even if they don't have the best teams, but like, I don't know, like a Bournemouth manager that gets them to mid-table or an Ipswich manager that keeps his team up or Nuno in Forest this year and stuff like that, yeah. Although I would like a manager that has a plan A, B, and C, Pep has shown and Klopp has shown that like a good A works, but I feel like we don't know what our A is, so we do need an A and a B, if that makes sense. Like we've lost our identity as a football club, the way we play on the pitch. Yeah. Like I know people go, it's the Manchester United way, but what is that? Like I don't.
They don't even know it.
Exactly.
They don't even know it, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a mismatch because we haven't had as a club because we haven't had an identity for so long and a style for so long. It's been to the manager, and that's what we've conformed to. Wherever the manager wants to play, that's the players who've been brought in. And then all the managers have been different. So because all the managers have been different, it's like owning a shop and you conform to the manager of that shop, what he wants to say.
His recipe.
And it's all different.
You're like, people ain't fucking with it.
Hired someone to run the restaurant, one selling Italian food. So you bring in Italian chefs and Italian ingredients. But then you sack him and then bring in someone who's Mexican. Then he brings in Mexican chefs and Mexican ingredients. And then the next one after that is Jamaica. And then he's bringing in Jamaican ingredients and Jamaican chefs. And then you just got this mismatch. of like, yo, why is the food bad? Because he's an Italian chef. He
Yeah.
can't cook Mexican
He's
food.
trying to tell us that ketchup with a jerk
Yeah.
chicken. No, brother.
Yeah,
no,
it don't
no,
work like that.
please,
He's an
no,
Italian.
no.
He's an Italian
Don't
chef.
do it, yeah.
And you have an issue of why he can't make tortillas.
Yeah,
You know what
exactly.
I'm saying? It's not his forte.
Goddamn Rasta pasta. They making Rasta pasta out here.
Why can't the Italian chef make tortillas? Because he don't know what it is, man. You don't know what to do with that. What are we doing? You know what I'm saying?
That was a crazy. I didn't know you were going to go there with it. That's funny.
You know
That's
what I'm
funny.
saying? You ask the Jamaican guy, hey, why don't the pizza slap? You don't know what he doing. You know what I'm saying? You know what we talking about, yo?
Boy, gave me ketchup on bread.
Yeah,
ketchup on bread.
Don't get the ketchup on it out the bowl. Don't know about tomato puree. You know what I'm
said
saying?
Aki on a pizza. That's crazy. That's wild. That's mad.
Yeah,
that's wild. Yeah.
Why can't he make some risotto? Because you don't know what you do, and that's Manchester United, and it's just this mismatch. And we need to like level it out.
You know what it is? It's like the yard man that makes pizza, but he makes plantain pizza, and some people are like, I don't like the sweet thing in it. Do you know what I mean? So I hear it. Do you know what I mean? But I feel like the issue is, my club comes before any manager, and where we're heading comes before any manager. I'm not gonna lie, it would. I was thinking that, that would be elite stuff. If you had the barbecue and then you did the thing, that would be,
Well, you know where you sell that in the Caribbean shop. That's where you sell that. Because you see it, you be like, all right, cool, I get what you're doing there. You go to an Italian shop and see that, I'll be like,
You look at the brother, you look at the chef in it.
I'm looking at like, that's a bit. What have you got?
Some mafia looking done, and you're like, I ain't ordering that one. But I feel like the issue is my club comes before a manager. So at the end of the day, like the club, I think what they're doing is buying players that suit the manager, but at the same time suit the future past the manager. That's what I'm noticing. Because even with like Dorgu, Euro, Agate, yes. Even I don't really rate Agate, to be honest with you. But like, Zertsky, these players can go into different systems, and that's what I need. I don't want a manager that says I can only, if I get all this, it works. If I don't get all this, it doesn't work. You still have to have that A/B adaptability, because the league changes quite a lot. And while you're getting your identity, then please show me like some what do they call it? Initiative. Just show me some initiative, show me some adaptability. That's all I'm looking for right now. I mean, I will take top 6 to top 4 finish if you're showing me that adaptability while you're still building your thing. I won't accept if you're 10th and you're saying to me, I can't do anything because I can't play my way and I don't have exactly the players that I want. I'll be like, you're not showing me to prove that you deserve me for me to give you more. So, I'm a little bit, the jury's still out with Amorim for me, because when I look at like the results, how many games he's played, what I've actually seen produced in them games, and the points that we've taken and the goals that we've taken from them games, I know the squad's poor, flawless, but it's not enough for me to be like, I put my hat on you right now. So let's see what happens in it. But I believe next season, the next 4 or 5 players that get signed is going to be everything. We're going to see exactly what this guy's about. I don't want to hear there needs to be another 2027 window, and I don't want to hear all that shit. Like, you've got, what will he have at that point? 8, 9 players?
Yeah.
So also, at the end of the day, when you come into a club, some of the old players, you make your players. You don't just go, I want a full 11. Some of them become your new, like, I work with my man. So he'll have a full 11 next season, right?
Yeah.
He'll have a full 11. If he gets a striker in, if he's got a full 11 pretty much, isn't it?
No, in regards to, he has a full 11, not of his, but he's
he's got a majority his 11. That's
because if you add, actually no, because the signings were before him. But in terms of quality, I understand your overall point. Because what you're saying,
he's using like Agate, Euro, he's still using what we've got in it, right? Yeah.
And with those, you should be producing to a certain level. I agree with that. You shouldn't need 11 of your own players to be like, it's not. And big up to Leslie as well for gifting the membership. Leslie, appreciate it. If he gave it to you, make sure you say thank you if he gave you the membership as well. Fire emoji, smoke emojis in the chat. Leslie, appreciate it. Big up.
Hey, Leon, I said the same thing myself, bro, about Amorim. So you're not wrong. I don't think you're wrong at all.
I just can't.
I know.
Yeah, I can't do the whole. I can't do a Marcel. I'm sorry. It's just not. I can't do that.
No. But I the thing was, like, a couple weeks it was cool.
Wait, what's the Marcel? What's the Marcel?
It's the 4-year madness. It's all going right. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
I don't think he's with that.
We're on the Titanic.
Last time I spoke to him,
he's not. To be fair, I'm being a bit extreme.
I was surprised.
He wants to see a process through, but I'm like, you need to earn it. Like, you need to earn it. Like Rance said it, the average manager lifespan is 14 months. So you don't just get 3 years. You don't just, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you can at least show me a blueprint. The house don't got to be ready on day 5. Show me a blueprint.
Go back to the restaurant example. The guy don't come in and say, yeah, I got this joint for 5. It's like, nah, bro, yo, it has to work.
You got to cook it now. Would you be, I need my own stove. It's got to be.
Look at this waiting list I got. Waiting list I got. He bragging on a waiting list.
Waiting list. Hey, we need this, like, you now. What are we talking about here? You need to pattern up now. A big up to Matthew as well. Says, what do y'all think about Cheeto playing for the under 18s tonight in the FA Cup semi-final? To me, it means he won't be part of the squad for Forest, which I think is a mistake. I agree with you, Matthew. And good to see you in the chat because it's been a minute.
He needs more game time, doesn't he?
Cheeto needs to be playing. I've seen him only a handful of times, and I'm like, you're already better than Hoyland. It's like he needs to be.
And also flawless, yeah. Look at the position that we're in. How can you not take a risk? You spoke about this all season. You got to take a risk. Come on.
We are 13th. We're not getting relegated. We're not in Europe, aiming for Europe. We're not in no title race. There's nothing to lose. He plays him and he goes 009. All right, well, Hoyland went 0016 3 times. Okay, cool.
Because of what you're seeing, though, right? That he puts Heaven in the starting 11. Do you think it's generally like? Do you think that Aiden thing was just because of injury?
Yes, I think
like he had nobody.
Yeah,
so he wouldn't have played him if he had the choice.
I don't think so. I think if Maguire, Martinez, Yoro, Lindelof, like all these, I don't think he gets a look in. But I think now Heaven, because someone asked that earlier. Now Heaven's joined has played and played so well. I think he plays him now. That's one thing I will give, even though Amorim, it takes him too long, in my opinion, to get to the right decision. Once he gets to the right decision, he normally will play that player. So I think once Heaven's back, he'll play him.
I'll play devil's advocate though. Most managers do that. Most managers do that. I've never understood why they don't take more risks, but obviously I'm not in that position where I see the training and the development of a player. But most managers do. Like if Rashford didn't perform in that game, he wouldn't have been here. Do you know what I mean? So, but I think take more risks. I think especially when your team's way underperforming, just go for it. What's the worst that's going to happen?
That's my issue.
If the profile's right,
yes,
the profile's right. Sorry, go on, carry on.
No, you're spot on. That's my issue. If you're playing well and the team's playing well, you don't need to play youngsters. We have been horrendous pretty much all season long.
Yeah,
play them. I keep saying this. Worst case scenario, you play a youth player and he plays. So worst case scenario, you play Aiden Heaven and he's just as bad as Harry Maguire.
Yeah.
You're in the exact same situation. You play Cheeto, he goes 0016. You play an attacking midfielder, he goes 0022 or 23 or 25 or whatever Garnacho went. All right. So you're in the exact same situation. What difference does it? Oh, it might destroy their confidence if they're not good enough. They're not good. Because all of a sudden now, nobody mentions Heaven's age. Not mentioned. His experience now, all of a sudden, of a couple games. I seen the response to when he got injured. People were like, "Oh my God, can't believe he's injured. He's key to what we've got going on, etc." But
key.
A couple weeks ago,
what
you were talking? Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, you were saying don't play him. But it's back to your point, profiles, and that's what Heaven adds. Not only is it lovely balance with the left foot, athleticism, pace, power, and you had Dorgu in front of that. I couldn't believe my eyes. Our left-hand side fully could run up and down. There was some strength. There was some genuine power there. There was like, all right, we can actually get up and down and touchline to touchline. If the ball goes over the top there, I'm like, all right, cool. Even when someone megged him in the Leicester game, Dorgu got back around and cleared the ball. Speed. And then add on that, they're both technically decent as well. But
yeah, the minimum requirement for a player when your team's this poor is composure and athleticism. That's the minimum requirement. Absolutely. So you've got a little bit of composure. Obviously, look, come on. If a kid gets, if Heaven goes up against Salah, gets megged and gets done, yeah, okay, he's a youth, he's a young player. This shit happens. Do you know what I'm saying? If you're going to go against, we're in the best league in the world, people, so it's going to happen. Yeah, but they need to learn from that. Like there are going to be there's some great young ballers out there in the world right now. Like some great under 25 ballers. So give people a chance, man. Eddie, what do you think? What do you think about Amorim? Do you think what do we think on this, like, not taking risks thing? Why do you think he's so, like, because he can't be so set where he's like, oh, I've only got a certain amount of profiles. Some of these profiles for me, looked like the kind of profiles he was playing before. So what do you think, Eddie? Do you think he's scared? Do you think he's
I think
stubborn?
I think he's desperate, so he's going with what he knows. He strikes me as the type of guy who believes in experience, which is why he hasn't necessarily leaned into the Cheetos and he was forced into playing heaven. But for me, that's how I see his reasoning. He's lost all these games, and I don't think he feels he has the security enough to go ahead and play some youngsters and get away with it. That's the only reason I could come up with. But you've seen it work for you in one situation. You take Flawless is saying 5 games, 6 games. Okay, we go back to the scrub that we've been dealing with for 25.
Yeah.
Nothing really drastically happened. So that part's a bit frustrating for me. I think his whole tenure has been frustrating to watch just because of the losses, but at the same time, when I contextualize it, I see how, he was kind of thrown into a mess to some degree. So I give him some grace, but I'm not here for the losing. That's for sure. The football bang average, but again, it's just because we went from shit to bang average that people are talking about give this dude time. Yeah, I mean,
Eddie.
you know what's so funny, bro? It came across the algorithm, the 2 lines of defense.
Oh my god!
No way.
I just remember.
Legendary. That's crazy.
I flashed back to how we were actually watching that shit play out on the pitch.
That was funny.
And to where now it's more like, okay, you're putting players in certain situations to succeed. But and I know that these players can't succeed no matter where you place them. So why are you continuing with it? That's the most frustrating part. But I can definitely see a difference between him and Ten Hag for sure. So that's where I struggle with it,
Do you think he's earned time? Do you not think he's earned the time?
When you say
he's earned half the season,
he's earned the right to start next season is where I'm at.
And then you're just watching it every 3 months, every 6 months.
Then it's like this. We have to improve across the board.
Yeah,
this can't continue next season. Win the Europa League or not win the Europa League. Win the Europa League will buy you more grace, but everything still has to improve.
Yeah, 100%.
This can't continue, despite who we say. We could have a horrendous window. I still expect a better. But then if we have a horrendous window, you then get more leeway. Come all right, that's not solely on you, but you can't perform like this. And the thing is, I know you can perform better because I've watched you do at points. I've watched him make changes and I go, oh shit, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It might have taken too long to get there, or it might have been an in-game thing or something like that. Or because people were talking about him adapting and he adapted. He's not setting up the same, even though the formation is the same and the idea might be the same. There's changes. Some more subtle, some a little bit more not drastic, but some a little bit more obvious when you're watching. So that's where I'm at. But yeah, next season, it needs improvements. We can't be a bottom half team. Not in the slightest.
And when you look at the Premier League table as well, I just literally had a look at it then, yeah. It's like top 3, third where Forest is only 54 points. So it's not a high scoring league. Do you know what I mean? So if you put a certain amount of consistency together, you're going to be up in the top 4, top 6 anyway. So I expect, because people look at position, they'll be like, how the hell are we going to go from where we are now to like top 4 or top 6? Yeah. I expect him to be in and around that because I'm like, with what you have, with who you're supposed to be, and winning X amount of games, like it's 10 points. It sounds a lot, but that's there's definitely 3, 4 games, 5 games, 6 games, 7 games this season that we've probably 10, 12 games that we could have done better, even more. So I expect you to be competing a little bit with that group up there because like the league can change quite a lot, but I don't know, man. It has been tricky. I don't really know based on what he's given us if it would have made much difference if Ten Hag went in the summer. I don't know how much. He's not shown me that he would have changed that much. Do you man think he would have been further up the table, or what do you think?
Ten Hag probably would have been further up the table, but I think everything else would have I think the performance would have been just as bad. I think we would have just got better results. So it would have been
13 to 10.
What new manager bounce?
Yeah, I think no. Wait, are you talking about if Ten Hag stayed? What do you mean?
If Ten Hag went in the summer rather than waiting, and then
Amarim came in? We improved tenfold. Oh
Do you
yeah,
reckon
yeah,
though?
yeah,
Do you
yeah,
reckon
yeah,
tenfold
yeah,
though?
yeah,
For
Yep.
real?
Yeah.
We improved tenfold. Yeah, yeah,
What
yeah.
if Ineos had said these are the players still that we're buying, the ones we've got now? Do you still think
Yeah.
tenfold? Really?
Because I don't think we would
Interesting.
have bought them all them same players. I think we would have bought for the manager. We would have bought for the system. Like for instance, maybe we signed Dorgu in the summer. Dorgu's for the manager. I don't think if we're playing a back four, we go and get Dorgu, for example.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I don't think he's like.
I think he could play back four though, but I know what you mean. He wouldn't have been the number one target sort of thing.
That's my point. Is I
Yeah,
think we went
yeah.
for him specific. That's why, like, that's the difference. We're specifically now looking at wing backs, whereas before we ain't looking at fullbacks. Before it would have been go and sign a 10. Now it's go and get a left-sided 10, go get a right-sided 10, and of course, if you can play 10, you can play left-sided 10. But there's certain players I think
I hear you though, because like you can
margins.
still do the 50-50 risk thing. So you can do one player. So if you put left and right wing back, you can buy one that you think could be adaptable in another system if the manager doesn't want, and one that fits his system to a T. So if the manager ends up going, one of them you can use, the other one is kind of. Does that make sense? You still got to have that element of like if the manager goes, but I like that because the players that we've signed, I don't know if you heard what I said before. You come on sheet like Yoro, Zertsky, Dorgu a bit, and a couple others, Agate, they do fit other systems. So I'm not that bad. I don't want to do the whole. Remember, Ten Hag was like, I have to have every player in perfect. Nah, mate, I'm never going to do that. So
Yeah.
I don't think we should ever do that. So
that's the thing that's going to separate us. Like it has to be by the best in class.
Yeah.
And if this manager can't put those players in the situation they need to be, then he can go. The players will always be more important to the man than the manager for me. I think if we continue down the route of buying players specifically for certain managers, we set ourselves up to fail.
Yeah, we're never gonna succeed. We're never gonna succeed with that model of just buying players for a manager. Because I've never heard like any top manager ever say that I need to have my own squad for me to be successful. You have to learn to adapt. You've never heard any manager say that. You've never heard any of the top managers.
It'd be like the biggest red flag you'd ever see in football, isn't it? The biggest red flag.
Yeah,
you'd be like,
exactly.
Don't hire. Don't hire.
Exactly. But it's also just like for anybody, not just in football too, but anybody talking about, oh, I can only be my best if I have my best cleats on, if I have my wrist tape on my like wrist, on both my wrists, if I have a headband on, this and that. Like those are the things that make me better. What are you talking about? Like you have to be able to adapt. And that's what I feel like. I was listening to a little bit and I completely agree. Like this manager has failed to do that. The fact that it's taken him so long to realize that certain players should be playing and certain players shouldn't be playing is a problem, because I don't think all of us have sat here week in, week out for different shows, but we don't have to, we don't have to have credentials and we don't have to have all these like, degrees and all that type of stuff to make decisions like that and just tell you that certain players shouldn't play. Whereas this manager from time and time again has taken, I don't know why, but he's been experimenting way, way too much, especially in the beginning and a little bit towards the end as well. But yeah, it's just like I just can't believe anyone who tells me that everything needs to be perfect for them to succeed. Literally. I think all of us will face some sort of adversity in anything that we do in life, to be honest, and we have to get past it. Yeah, and it's just one of those type of things where you don't be one of those people who just sits there and just like, yeah, I couldn't do it because everything wasn't just set right for me. No, you have to go out there and you earn it, and you have to fight for it, and that's just how things work. Like Manchester United Football Club isn't going to turn around just overnight by itself. You have to put in the work, and you have to make some of those decisions, and I feel like he has to be doing that, especially in this situation too. We've been 13th, bottom half of the table for all I can remember this season, to be honest. We've been out of like domestic cups. I think FA Cup, yeah, that performance against Fulham poor. The Carabao Cup too, well, that was out earlier. But like, yeah, like all of these things with how our season's been going, it just shows me that okay, that gives you more room for you to try things now in this situation, rather than let's say you get profiles and stuff like that, and then you're still picking weird ass lineups next season. What's the point of next season? Next season's supposed to be the one where next season is the one for you, Ruben. This season is like I feel like he's been moving with this whole thing on his shoulder where he knows he's not going to get sacked. Yeah. And it feels and it's like it's come from the people above, and it's come from the board telling him and giving him that vote of confidence, letting him know that this season is not the season where we're going to judge you on. But what that does is we've talked about it before, puts massive pressure on next season. So this season for you was meant to be the one where you figure all these things out. Whether Ineos signed players for you or not, I get that. Like, we all have our things against Ineos and we all have our, opinions on Ineos. I get that. But has to be improvements. Like, anybody who asked any of us right now at when Ten Hag was being sacked, all of us have told us that we would think it would be a better situation than what Ten Hag left his club in. But somehow it's gotten worse. And because he's been here and he's been at the forefront of all of this and he's made some decisions, I'm sorry, but you have to look at him a certain way for sure. Why should I, after this season, this is just my question to Ruben Amorim, to be honest. And I honestly, I've been backing him as well. And I hope all this stuff honestly does work out, because I hate going through this phase with, different managers and stuff like that every now and then. I hope he would just, be competent enough to make the right decision. Otherwise, he's making it worse for himself. Although, though, I think all of us would have agreed that, he would be doing a better job than Ten Hag. And also, at the end of the season, I want to ask him is basically, like, what is it next season that is different from what you've tried this season? What is it that because we're going to get
what have you learned, basically?
What have you learned? Because we're going to get into a situation where we're not going to sign 8 to 9 players. Let's just be honest. We're not going to do. I don't think it's possible, considering our situation, that we still have to get rid of a lot of players too. Like Rashford, he's doing well. He's making it easy for us because Villa are probably going to end up signing him. But there are a lot of other players that we need to negotiate in the summer to leave. And we're going to get caught up in that thing where it's going to be difficult for us to buy players. Now, however, we're going to get into a situation next season where you're going to have to rely on this squad again. At some point of time, you're going to have to look to some of these players that you don't like and that you are constantly picking right now for whatever reason, and you're going to have to rely on them. And what is it going to be then? Because I hope there's some sort of improvement. I hope there's something that you learn, just like Lyon said, because we can't be in this situation, bro. We cannot be in this situation in the first couple of weeks in the Premier League. If we are in this situation, get him gone. Get him gone ASAP. Because there's nothing. There's like Ruben Amorim, we were told, is this upcoming manager and all of those type of things. But this upcoming manager needs all the tools at his disposal. So upcoming managers just need everything. All the pieces of the puzzle have to just be put in front of them, and they're just gonna put it together. It's not like that.
Yeah, but
that's not how it works.
We've been sold a lie before as well, because apparently Ten Hag, we was like, finally we've got a coach, not a Mourinho or a, do you know what I mean? And this time, apparently, finally we've got a coach. But if I take out everything that he wants and look at the coaching side, I'm like, I'd be an idiot to say I can't expect more.
Yeah.
Idiot.
We definitely can expect more. 100%.
Yeah.
110%.
Yeah,
that's why I said
100%.
next season it's like, it's not okay, you have to do well by this point. You're just on the clock. As you should be, as the players are. This is Manchester United. You can't perform like this next season, despite what happened. We can start flying from now to the end of the season and win 7 of the last 9 league games, and you move up the table, and we're playing much better football and win the Europa League. However, you still on the clock next season. You don't get that grace.
100%.
Like, because of
that's just you gaining some momentum. You still need to show us and carry that on. Like, do you know what I mean? And
make sure it's not a one-off.
That's why I'm glad as well. Whatever he gets in the summer, obviously our squad's quite weak at the moment, so I'll be happy. I'd be happier with the club doing 4 or 5 Dorgu signings in the summer rather than marquee signings. I'd be happy with that, because low risk, and I feel like if it doesn't work out, you're going to sell the player for similar money, if not make profit on them. I'm cool with that. Do you know what I mean? And for me, it's like show us something, create a young, hungry squad, and actually show us. Because if we buy you every piece of the puzzle, we give you all the Infinity Stones, then it's like, there's a balance between how much he's showing us. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if we give him all these sporting players, has he coached players better? No. Do you know what I mean? He's just carried on from where he left off.
That's the best example, though. That's what we need him to do, is we need him to adapt. You guys remember Avengers Endgame when Thanos is fighting Captain Marvel and she's trying to take off the gauntlet off of his hand. What does bro do? He takes off 1 stone off of his gauntlet and then uses it. That's called adaptability. Ruben Amorim, you need to be doing shit like this.
Okay,
watch Avengers. Ruben
Yeah, look
Amorim,
at
watch
this sheet.
Avengers, man.
Look at this
bro.
sheet, guy. This is why you're a crook. Your Mother's Day was
Oh.
yesterday, and the example you use is a woman getting punched in the face.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we see
Yo,
you, man.
no,
I'm
no.
saying.
Hey, it's a
Listen,
superhero.
it's not just any
It's
woman,
the
okay?
superhero, equal
It's
opportunity.
Captain Marvel.
The superhero,
Yeah,
equal opportunity.
It's not just any woman, okay? It's Captain Marvel.
Dude,
I
she
just wanna
ran
say-
through a whole
Yeah.
spaceship. Equal
I just wanna
opportunity,
say,
big dog.
opinions
Yeah,
of
equal
Sheik
opportunity.
and
Yeah, she
Look at
ran
that.
Flawless.
through a whole.
Clocked as well. My man clocked her as well. She's still flying now.
Hang on, I want to back Eddie. I want to back you up here, and me and you are on the bottom here. Like the opinions
Yeah,
of
go
Sheik
on.
and Flawless are opinions of Sarcasm City and Sheik TV, and not of Eddie and Leon. I'll be honest.
She got bad.
I speak for
How-
myself.
I'm a bad-minded guy. I'm just out. The
shit
point
knocked
was
in.
the example was for adaptability. The whole point was that he took off the stone. You know, I could have just not mentioned Captain Marvel. You know, I could have
Yeah,
just been like,
serious.
you remember when
Mother's Day
Thanos
was
took off the
yesterday.
stone and then he
Hey,
used
Sheik,
it.
if your
That's
mum's
what I'm
watching this
talking
stream,
about.
she'd be disappointed in you, man. She'd be disappointed. But go on, carry on.
Crazy.
Yeah, but
Crazy.
yeah, I was just saying, yeah, it's just adaptability, man. Like you have to.
You hit the nail on the head.
You have to show us, yo, Ruben, give us something to believe in. Like
Yes.
genuinely, give us something to believe in.
Yeah, it's give us something to believe in.
After this season, trust me, buddy, there's nothing for us to believe in, and we want to. We want to, of course we do. But there's not a lot for us to honestly believe in, bar the fact that we have to wait for these profiles. I think the only looming thing right now for me personally is the fact that okay, let's just wait until these profiles get here, because this is what it's just kind of like seeming like. So, and then that invertedly puts a lot of pressure on him, because if we get these profiles and they don't work, then what do you do now? What do you do now? Like, what was your plan now? And what are you going to say
But you
now?
know what it is, Sheik?
And yeah, it's just one of those things. Yeah, go on.
Because of the players any else is bought in.
Mm-hmm.
You look at all of them; they're all adaptable.
Yeah,
They're all adaptable. So if they continue that trend, like I've been saying, especially with this run of games that we have, no one has anywhere to hide. The manager will be in the spotlight. These players will be in the spotlight. So going into next season, if he ends it badly, they'll know who to blame. There won't be any questions. It'll just be, we apologize, we got this manager appointment wrong, on to the next one. Which it has to be. I'm not even mad at it. Again, I'll say it once, I'll say it again. The players will always be more important than the manager.
100%.
yeah.
Always will be. Those are investments. The manager is just the caretaker of the investment.
There you go. That's
So
a
if he's
perfect
screwing
example.
it up, yeah, we get somebody who knows what he's doing, no problem.
And I just wanted to say on that, yeah, one of the things that is an advantage for us going into the summer and moving forward is that if they still go down the route of buying young, hungry players like they have been and getting a good price, almost payment plans and trying to sort the finances at United, yeah, I don't mind if Amorim fails. I don't want him to fail, but I don't mind if he does, because we'll be in a position where whoever them will qualify the right manager eventually if Ineos know what they're doing. Because a manager will look at this squad and he'll be like, right, there's no big names. I have to go prove myself. Somebody like the Brighton manager or Bournemouth manager, and they'll and then you'll actually see a good coach come in. Because at the end of the day, yeah, I know we say that they've got to do better, and I want to clarify for anyone watching this. We're realistic with our expectations. No one here is saying that we have to go challenge for the title or even make top 4. Yeah, I believe we should be making top 4, because I don't think the league's that good.
As well, and big up Beta as well.
Big up. I don't think the league's that good. I think if you win 2
It really
thirds,
isn't. Yeah, it really
you
isn't.
can get top 4 just by default. But we have a realistic expectation, and nobody's going to turn around and tell any of us that this squad, oh no, because he doesn't have this wing back and he doesn't have this striker, we don't deserve to be in the top 10. Do you know what I mean? What is that like? I will never have that expectation as a fan. No, but it's rubbish though, isn't it, Flawless? I'll never have that.
I'm with you. He should be getting more out of this team. As much as I don't rate these players, he should be getting more from these players now. This is why
you're either a good coach. You don't have to be the best coach, but you have a good coach and you survive and you get time, or you turn out to be a bad coach. It's that simple for me now. Like, you're just not. And I'm not being sold on this like project thing because of what they've done before, and he talks like this and he does that. I'm not really bothered anymore. It's like, yo, just produce. Like,
I'm all for giving a manager time. Like, I'm not one to be like, oh, like, you know, in this one season, like, have unrealistic expectations. Like Leon said, like we're all realistic here. We're not asking for this guy to deliver us a league title after 3 years or challenge after the second year, any of those type of things, but just better than obviously what we've seen this season, because it's been abysmal. People, like, it's absolutely been trash. Like, I honestly did not think that I'd be sitting here with Flawless, Leon, and Eddie after the season that we had last season. If you asked us a year ago, Sheik, Flawless, Leon, and Eddie, a year later, you're going to be sitting 13th with a different manager and stuff like that, I would have laughed in your face.
Yeah,
and the fact that it's a reality is definitely, and you have to look at this manager, because how has someone who we think, how is someone who we think is better than the previous guy has somehow made the situation worse? And that's really just the question at it. But again, it's like we go into the summer. I've said this to you, Flawless. If we win the Europa League, I'm even more mad at Ruben Amorim, because why the fuck did you, why you won this Europa League? You showed you could win this Europa League, and you've shown like you faced adversity in the Europa League and stuff like that, and lineups and all those things. It all obviously depends on if we actually end up winning it and our path to it and how we end up winning it. But if you end up winning it, bro, I'm even more mad at you, because you've shown that you're actually capable of doing something like this, winning a trophy, a European trophy, in a shit show season like this. So why is it that you had to make all those stupid, foolish decisions earlier on? Why did you have to play two players who in joint games probably haven't scored for like 20 games each, and you just continue to play them week in, week out? But then Aiden Heaven comes along. Yeah, Aiden Heaven comes along, and you have problems at center back, so you slot Aiden Heaven there right away. But motherfucker, we have problems in the attack. We have a striker who hasn't scored for 20 goals, but you continue to play him. Why not play Cheeto? Why not? Same way you play Heaven, why not play Cheeto?
But you know what it is, Chief?
You've integrated Collier into the team. How did Mainu get integrated into the team? How? It's just because he got played, and then you found a gem like him that he can actually play well. Same thing for Heaven. I didn't know Heaven was good like this until you started playing him, and I'm like, okay, shit, like Heaven actually can play, and he starts over a lot of our center backs right now currently at the club.
Hey, I'll go one further. I'd start him right now. Everybody fit.
Exactly.
I'm starting him.
So how is it that a kid?
That's more a detriment to where. That's more of an indication of where we're at as a team. But that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah, but again, it's just like you think there's a problem in our in the defense. So you've decided to play a kid who we've just signed in January from Arsenal, and he's like 18 years old. Like you could have easily just played. You could have played Lindelof again and again if you wanted.
Well, the way he said Arsenal,
you dropped it.
There's so much venom behind it. But yeah, go on, carry.
Yeah, fuck Arsenal. But fuck Arsenal. But yeah, like it's just it's one of those things where I'm just like, why make some of those daft decisions that you did if you ended up just lifting a trophy anyways? But also, by the way, him winning the Europa League for me personally doesn't take any pressure off of him. By the way, he still has to perform next season. This is one thing. This is one thing we should not get caught into, because we did that with the previous manager, and a lot of you people thought it was okay for him to stay because he won an FA Cup in a shit show season. No, that highlights even further.
No, it buys him time.
Like
that's all.
It buys him time, but for me, it's like I'm still not like, oh, Ruben. Oh, people don't criticize Ruben because he won us a Europa League in a season where
none of that. None of that.
You're not getting cut no slack next season. Like I have more pressure on you now. So
about you being mad if he does win it adds more to it, because it's like, so you can do this, but then you perform like an absolute idiot in the Premier
League.
Like,
against sides like Palace at home, losing 2-0 to sides at Palace at home, Palace at home.
Let's be real, The Europa League just gives us a chance to be shameless online. That's all it does for us.
Absolutely. And again,
nothing.
The fact that we just make it a habit to win trophies, I'm here for.
Manchester United at its finest.
Don't take that for granted. Certain teams ain't done it in half a decade. No names, but we move. Sorry, go on, carry on.
I'll take names. We'll take names. Certain.
Because you know what I'm looking at
all. Like it just hasn't happened. So
it's one that it's like I said the same thing, Sheik, before you got on. It's like the trophy is what it is, but again, the performances have been so bad at certain points that it's unforgivable.
Yeah.
And it's funny because even I think we did have those questions, right? Like, would we give a manager grace if he came through and it didn't even look like what we wanted to be? Like, with regards to the position in the table. And I can honestly say it's one thing to talk about it; it's another thing when it's actually happening. So now that I've been through this with this team, yeah, I have no grace for multiple losses. I have no grace for bad performances anymore. The moment you show that's going to be the standards you set is the moment that I think you need to leave. Like Ten Hag, again, Ten Hag was only here because of that FA Cup. That's just the
Yeah.
facts of the matter. So if Amarin, what I'm saying, when I say he'll get more time, is because if Amarin brings them European football through a Europa League trophy, yeah, they'll view that way more than they will an FA Cup. And it could be a slow start, but if he imagine he just hypothetically speaking, like we do this, we go to Champions League. He's top of the group in Champions League, but he's on some bullshit in the Prem.
Yeah.
It's
what
just it's
You
one of those
feel
things
me?
for me too. Yeah, it's like then why
It's like
forget the league and let's just focus on domestic cups if that's all that matters. And apparently,
that's what I'm
like
saying. That's what it's turning into for
that's what it's
like. That's
turning
what it's
into.
looking like.
Exactly. Well, like we've
Because
and
again,
that's because
the
of
champ-
poor performances. That's because of two
yeah,
seasons of
yeah.
poor league table performances where certain people in our fan base are kind of been like, you know what, actually, we have to look at all these things, and it's kind of turned out to be acceptable for them in a certain sense, where it's not. It's not acceptable at all. The league will actually highlight where you are as a team. The league, when you play a run of games, will actually tell you where you are as a team and where you're going forward. One-off games can be won by any club. Let's just be honest, it can. We've seen miracles happen.
Yeah.
One-off games can be coached specifically for that game to win. We've seen a lot of managers do that. We've done that. We've seen him do that. I had doubts about Real Sociedad, to be honest, and I said this on the channel too, where I didn't think we were confident. I'll put my hand up. I didn't think we were going to get through, and we did. And it was one of those type of things where those two specific performances, specifically the second one, I thought we played really well at home.
Yeah.
Like I thought we played very, very well. Dorgu he was exceptional in that game. He's the one that was the one where they got the red card, right? Yeah, that same game.
Yeah,
Xerxes was
and Dorgu.
incredible that game. All these guys were incredible that game. And it's just one of those type of things where one-off games, I feel like he can coach it. And we've seen his track record in Europe this season too. The guy was unbeaten in Europe before he got to Man United. Like he was unbeaten with Sporting, having played Manchester City as well, and he was unbeaten in the Portuguese league too. So it's one of those type of things where, of course, 100%, no one's arguing that league form is the most important right now for a club like us. In order for us to turn it around, we have to look at the league. Because winning domestic cups will keep us in this conversation always. We can always there are managers out there who are probably, not as good as Ruben, or it might even be better than Ruben, but will probably just deliver a domestic trophy again. And that's the same thing that Ten Hag has done. So it's one of those type of things where if Ruben does also deliver domestic trophies, how is it really different from his tenure at United than Ten Hag? Because both of them failed in the second and third season in the Premier League. Ten Hag did in the Premier League, and he's doing it in his first, and in the second, if it continues to be like this, then yeah, it's like there hasn't been league improvement for the past 2 years, people. Like we're still in a negative goal difference. Right now, we're -3. We saw 3 goals from last season. Like we've been in this whole negative thing. We've been bottom half of the table for majority of the season. So league form has to be the one. That has to be the priority for him next season. And he's talked about it himself too. People have asked him about domestic trophy, and he said, my plan is to win the Premier League. And my goal ultimately is to win the Premier League. And I think he's also, and that's where kind of some of the things where, I've talked about how the people above have told him that this season might be a blah, or this season might be one where you can just like kind of wash it. Kind of ties in with the fact that they're maybe trying to, their long-term focus is getting that squad ready for the Premier League. And I think that's what they're maybe looking forward to next season by getting him all these players and getting rid of all these players. But league form, the most important. I don't care if we're in if we finish our Champions League group next season, top or whatever, if we're there, if we're in a semifinal of any of the domestic trophies, but we're sitting in 6th or 7th or 8th or 9th in the league with terrible performances and him doing the same mistakes this season of picking the wrong players. And that's just something I don't want to see. And it's one of those things where,
the improvement. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. No, you got it.
It's the keys to the ship, innit? It's like, do I trust you with the keys to my business? Do I trust you with the keys to my squad at the end of the day? And I feel like the Sheik's, do you know what I mean? Bang on the money there with the it's your performance in the league, because that's the way you're consistently playing. You're consistently playing competitive matches. You're consistently playing in your home country. You're consistently playing against different styles, different managers who are tacticians. You're consistently playing at a high level. Like, you can win Europa League, but ultimately, unless we see consistency throughout the Europa League, which you kind of rarely get because you're rotating your squad, playing on different pitches, the travel, players who are ill, do you know what I mean? You don't get that consistency. You're not going to get consistent performance. So it doesn't tell us that much unless you see a manager that plays, okay, I can clearly see this manager from game one to the final played the same way and they beat teams the same way. And I could see a pattern of play in the way they attack, defend, build the ball up, etc., etc. But one thing we do need to see is we finally need to see the evolution of United as a whole on the pitch. We've always been we've become a team that can defend well, but we can't do a lot of the other stuff well. And that's why we're down the table, because we play relegation football. Let's be real. We play awful football to watch, awful football performance. It's not good. So we need to see some sort of patterns, some consistency. And I'm happy to pull the plug. If he can't produce that as a basic, I'm more than happy to pull the plug.
Yeah, same. More than happy to pull the plug.
People criticize me.
Stop wasting time, man.
When I'm on streams and I say there's 20, 30 managers out there, be like, who? Bro? There's managers coming to the Prem every year that are showing me stuff. So go on, Eddie, go on.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's one of those things where there's always going to be a standard, of course, and especially at the league as it's currently constructed, and then what's going to look like moving forward. We don't know what type of Man City we're going to be dealing with. We don't know what type of Liverpool we're going to be dealing with. Yeah. Right now, Nuno Espirito just has them brothers playing hard and playing organized, and they're in a Champions League place. I think you spoke about earlier, Leon. That's like 54 points is what we're looking at the top of the table, the higher parts of the table, and that's years past. That would get you nowhere. But it's an open book moving forward, and if this manager can't utilize that to his advantage, then what are we doing?
Exactly.
There's another one who can. There's another one who can. I'm just of the mindset, like, there's certainly some losses that are on the manager specifically due to his decision making. There are some losses there because of the collection of talent that we had at our disposal. And so with him joining the team when he did, that's where I'm like, okay, there's some BS going on. Like I said, you have Ineos fully fledged in their management, and you have him coming through like damn near half the season already away.
Yeah.
It was a mess to begin with, and it wasn't a good jumping point off for him. But in that same breath, I can also say he has not helped himself. And I think that's the common thing that we all are coming to, is that you have to help yourself in these situations. And if you can't even do that, what good are you when I give you everything you need? Honestly, because that's the true test of a manager. When I don't give you everything you need, what can you produce? How can you adapt? It's never going to be like how you want it. It's going to be what it is. So he has to, at the beginning of this season, and again, I think it's a blessing. We'll have the summer. Hopefully we're not playing too many matches and he's managing their minutes, which I think he's done a fairly decent job of. And so we'll be able to see him and like I said, with no excuses. You had the summer.
I actually just thought of that too.
4 to 5 players. Yeah, good.
You're right, Eddie. Like next season, if we don't actually win the Europa League, we don't actually have Europe. So that means there's lesser games. That means he can technically focus on the league more, which again brings up the thing to me is that I just better not see a lot of these things that we're seeing right now, because then you have a lot more, like Eddie just said, you have a lot more for you to utilize next season, considering how the league is, considering how teams are, considering you are going to be playing lesser games, and we've like managers have complained. I think he's also a little bit talked about how we play games every now and then, like every midweek, like a couple of weeks in a row, we were playing games midweek. So those type of things will definitely help him out a lot. But then again, league form for B is the biggest thing we've seen. I'll take two examples, and like this is not to undermine any of those achievements that they made, but Chelsea, 2 Champions League that they've won under a manager who basically were, you could say, stepped in the middle of the season. Di Matteo was an interim. Tuchel stepped in middle of the season. Both won a Champions League by inheriting the squad, but both got sacked a season after. Or both got sacked at least a season or 2 seasons after because of poor league form with majority of the same squad. Roberto Di Matteo, I think, was sitting like bottom half of the table towards midway, and then that's when he ended up getting sacked, and I think they still finished top 4. Thomas Tuchel didn't win the league title, of course, but then the season after that is when they were playing terrible is when he got sacked. But yeah, it's just the trend. The example I'm trying to make is that managers can come into a club, and when it comes to one-off competitions like this, they can win it. However, that shouldn't define what that manager is. That shouldn't define what that manager is capable of doing at this club. I think you have to look at the league for that, because the league is a more consistent platform to judge a manager on his squad and the team and stuff like that. And that's what I think so. And my main focus next season is the league. And this is regardless of Ruben Amorim. This is regardless of any manager, honestly. It could have been anyone. We've been shit for the past 2 seasons in the league, people. I'm sick and tired of, I'm not sick and tired of being here with Flawless and Eddie on watch-alongs, but I'm sick and tired of watching our team. And us sick and tired
of watching what we got to watch on watch-alongs. That's the problem.
Exactly. And
it's like watching Manchester United is a detriment. We're going, Gary.
Exactly. And it's like I'm sick and tired also of just looking at the lineup and just looking at Flawless and Eddie be like, I know how this game's gonna go. Like Højlund's playing up front, forget about it. Forget about a goal.
I coined it the front 3 from hell for a reason.
Exactly. And it's one of those type of things where I'm tired. I am so tired of seeing this. I'm so tired. I wanna like I hate the worst feeling that I've had this season is when we watch like Champions League and stuff, and we watch like, for example, that game Real Madrid versus Manchester City. Kylian Mbappe scores a hat-trick. Great performance, striker performance. A week later, I have to go back to my own striker, which is Rasmus fucking Højlund. And it's the levels, the difference in levels is crazy. And we have to watch this week in, week out. And that's just one person.
Yeah, man.
There's so many more at the club. There's so many more fraudulent people at the club, and I'm tired of it. And that's where the league, pattern this shit together, man. Seriously. Otherwise, leave. Fuck off. Genuinely. Because we're not here to waste time. That's one thing we're not going to do is waste time. We have to be getting better. With all this new stadium, all this type of shit. You men want to go into this new stadium while we're 13th. Is that what you want to do? Like, you want to go into this whole new stadium when we're bottom half of the table? No. So get your shit together. You need money for the stadium, right? Perform. Make the right decisions on the pitch. Get the right players. Perform. And that's to everyone. And sick and tired of this shit, bro. Second season in a row, and we've somehow gotten worse. And the players too. Like I've been getting on the manager as well. Players too. Bruno fucking Fernandez. I'm supposed to sit here and clap for you because you're doing well.
Let's go there. Bruno Fernandez, Real Madrid interested, 90 million. Your thoughts?
Listen, Real Madrid. I'm someone who's like does the whole loan thing and all that at Real Madrid and all that type of stuff.
Show me the money.
But, hey, show me the money. Take him.
Show me the money.
I'll do you one better. You want to pay 90 million? I'll get it done for 60. I got people I can call. Like I'll get that. I'll get that stuff done. 60 million and he's yours. Take him. No problem. Captain, leader, legend. Ask some of the people in our fan base. They'll tell you all about him because they love him. They'll tell you all about him. How he's scoring goals against Leicester City and all that. How he's banging goals left and right while we're sitting 13th in the league and all that stuff. But no one wants to talk about how he got 2 red cards this season. How we quickly
forget.
His fault.
You know what?
How we quickly forget that he got 2 red cards as a cam this season.
I hope Real Madrid would do it.
What are you saying, Leon? Talk to us, man.
Real Madrid would do it because, like, even me, I used to think when Runts used to talk about Bellingham, and I used to be like, oh, he's going OTT, I can't help it. When you watch Bellingham now, he is overrated, He's not that good. He isn't that good. Like, he was... I don't know if you might have noticed, innit? He isn't, like... I'm not saying...
You talking about here Bruno or Bellingham?
Bellingham.
Oh yeah. I know
Way
exactly. What
overrated.
Yeah, I
He's
don't
not
think.
technically-
Yeah, I think he is
he's
very,
not all that,
very
do you know what I mean?
They
overrated.
sitting at the same table in VIP. They sit in the same table in
Yeah,
VIP. You
he a
saw
better
what
version.
happened. You saw what happened when them goals dried up.
Yeah.
You saw what happened. You know what I'm talking about? The eyelash started falling off. We see you now. We
Very.
see you now.
That's not falling off. It's crazy. Yo.
Me personally, I
That
don't
is
think.
crazy.
I
See
don't
that
think
with a windshield
Real
wiper?
Madrid.
Yo, it's crazy.
Kind of white settings. That's crazy, man.
So crazy.
Hey.
Windshield wipers, yo.
I'm sorry. I just think Real Madrid are hella stupid if you pay 90 million
Eddie,
for
that
a
was funny,
31-year-old
man.
midfielder.
We see you.
I'm trying.
90 million for a 31-year-old midfielder while you have Camavinga, Tuameni, and all these other
Nah,
midfielders.
Chill, bro. Chill.
Modric
Chill.
could be leaving, number one, and then Camavinga is apparently, obviously reported. We don't know how true this is. Unhappy and might be leaving. So if Modric
All right,
leaves,
Where you want to go?
Yo, run a swap.
Fernandes.
Run a swap deal.
Yeah, run the swap real quick.
Run the swap real
Please,
quick.
please.
What? Like,
You know, with
come on, man.
Camavinga, that's the kind of baller where you're like, we will make you the star. Don't worry about that. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the real baller there.
Yo,
man.
get me a Brahim
Yeah,
Diaz
man.
at this point. Forget even Camavinga.
Oh,
Get me someone
man.
like a Brahim
Oh,
Diaz at
man.
Man United. We'd fucking
One of
cook.
those 10 spots? Are you
Oh
kidding
my
me?
goodness, he'd be absolutely insane for us. And just get him. Yo, do a swap with him and Brahim Diaz, bro. Like genuinely,
They-
Bruno and Brahim Diaz. Just
They
get
can
it
take
done.
Garnacho and with Brahim. We'll give them money. We'll give
Hey,
them
they could
money.
take half of our team, bro. Generally, they could. They
Honestly.
could take half of our team.
They can have a new water boy every goddamn game. That's
Yeah,
what
they
do.
could. They genuinely could. So yeah, man. Hey, listen, Bruno Fernandez. All I'll say this is that the way he performs sometimes in certain games, the Real Madrid crowd is going to absolutely obliterate you, bro. Like you're not gonna be able to do all this at Real Madrid. The way that you get.
Oh, he's getting kidnapped for sure.
Oh
He's
yeah,
getting
for
kidnapped.
sure. Like
Yeah,
you're not gonna get any of like the leeway that you get over here at Manchester United because you have some fans in our fan
They're
base.
getting the best
Yeah,
chance
Real
creator in
Madrid.
Europe. Hey, Sheik, don't do
Oh.
that. They're getting the best chance creator in Europe, man.
Oh,
This is what I'm
Mbappe,
saying, man.
Vinny,
oh,
Send us the
Valverde.
pitch.
oh.
They gon' eat.
Yo,
Man.
flawless. Give us the pitch, man. I've pulled up to buy the car. You know the car's fucked. Do you know what I mean?
You're
So
getting
give
the
us the
best
pitch, man.
chance creator in Europe. You don't have to worry about the language barrier. It's Spain, he's Portuguese. You know what I'm saying? Similar ways of lifestyle. There's Portuguese players there as well. He can talk to the likes of Ronaldo and Pepe who have been there, and they can tell you what it's like.
Yeah,
He's the
I think he
perfect-
has too as well. I think they've told
replacement
him.
for Modric. You know what I'm saying? Perfect replacement because he can create as much as Modric in regards to the stats and the chances created. Also, the perfect for someone like Tchouaméni who's more defensive, so that can work in the pivot. Also, linking up with Bellingham because he can run beyond Bellingham. Bellingham can run beyond him, etc., or he can drop in. So you got a lot of pace and power more so on the Bellingham side, but someone who does that the hard work and the dirty work and less of that for Mbappe and Vinicius Jr. to do. You have Rodrigo, you got Bellingham. Now you got another runner and a track star. Maybe with Trent, maybe he covers for Trent. There we go. That's how we sell this as well. You see how Jordan Henderson did the great role for Liverpool with Trent at right back. You go get Trent, and then boom, you get Bruno right central midfield, and he has a better passing range than Hendo. See how it works. He can cover.
I was still
This dude, the Wolf of Manchester. God damn it! It's the Wolf of Manchester. That's what this brother is right here.
And
the
listen,
Wolf of Manchester.
With all that said, I'm still going to stand on my statement that I've made earlier.
Sorry, go on.
Bruno Fernandez joins Real Madrid next season. They are still not going to win La Liga. They're not going to win the league title. Bruno Fernandez is not going to win a league title for any team. I'm telling you.
We say that after we sell him. We say that after we sell him.
No, what Sheik's saying is because Real Madrid haven't been good in the league, they're not going to win a league title. They're going to win league titles. Pluralize that shit. We already know what they league titles. When's the last time Madrid won a back-to-back La Liga? I'm just saying, you go get Bruno Fernandes. Like I said, the Trent thing. You already know when was Trent at his best? When he had Jordan Henderson playing right central midfield under Liverpool. Who can do the Jordan Henderson role? Bruno Fernandes.
Hey, listen, Bruno, Trent,
Jordan Henderson has all the attributes Jordan Henderson has from a defensive standpoint. Bruno has, and he's better on the ball. He's technically better passing range. I'm telling you,
elite chance creator and all that. Where would we be? Where would we be without him, Bruno Fernandez?
Yeah, so hey, Madrid, where could you be with him? Back-to-back La Liga titles, something you've not done in however many. Let me check. When's the last time they won back-to-back league titles? It's a long time. It might be like 20 years or something. Let me see.
Yeah, it might
'Cause they
actually
don't
be.
win it. Yeah, something like that. Something crazy because they don't win the league like that.
Actually, I
barely-
think maybe under Zidane they did.
I don't even think under Zidane they did. Let me check. Back-to-back league
Shout out to
titles.
Goat.
Yeah, shout out Zidane. Back-to-back league. I'm going. Oh Jesus! Back-to-back league titles. Fuck. Right, you saying 89, 90? Wait, that
Mad.
can't be right.
Damn.
No way.
That
No way.
that's crazy.
Nah, there's got to
Who's
be
the top
one.
of the table now?
Nah, tell a lie. 07,
I think it's
08.
Barcelona.
07, 08, they did it.
How many points?
It's close. It's like a point.
Yeah, it's only like a couple of points. Yeah.
Okay. Do they play again or they're done?
Yeah,
think they play again. No, I think they play again. I think they play at. I think they play at camp.
See, look at that, man. 2007, 08 is the last time they did back-to-back La Liga titles. So, hey, I'm just telling you. It's been a long, long time.
Oh yeah, he didn't.
Long time.
He won twice with Madrid, Zidane, but it wasn't back to back. It was 16-17 and 19-20. Yeah.
Crazy work. Crazy work. It really, really is. Yeah,
But yeah.
19, 20, 21, 22, and obviously 23, 24 is the last time. They're the last 3 times they won the league, but Atletico and Barca have won in between there as well. Yeah, they don't win back-to-back leagues, so I'm telling you that.
Listen, all I would like to say to that is, listen, if Bruno Fernandez leaves the club, I think it's going to be a very, very sad day. I just can't fathom the fact that, you know, Bruno Fernandez, our captain for our past 2 seasons, is going to be leaving our club. Yeah, I think if Real Madrid get him, it's an absolutely exceptional player on your hands. Like I think
they're getting him for cheap if it's only 90 million.
Yeah, I think like 90 million.
What you get out of us.
I think you can as well. That offers,
but it's like because we sold
Ronaldo
to them before. Because we sold Ronaldo to them and before, and I'm pretty sure Ronaldo went for 90 million. So maybe Bruno Fernandez is trying to do like a copying type of thing where he's trying to be like his Portuguese brethren and all that. But like, yeah, we have a good relationship with Real Madrid. We've done good deals with them. Obviously, Varane, you know, Ronaldo, like all those type of deals that we've done. So we have a good business relationship, and I think 90 million, like we got to an agreement with that. But yeah, like to Real Madrid, Jude, if Bruno Fernandez comes into the club, watch your spot because your spot's might be taken. And you might not be able to, you know, see yourself on the pitch for longer. And yeah, to the rest of the Real Madrid teammates as well, like you're going to get an absolute gem of a player. Like you're going to feel that aura when he walks in. Like it's like when he walks into like the Real Madrid, La Masia. It's called La Masia, or what is it called?
La Masia is their academy.
So when he walks into the training ground and all that, you're just gonna feel like aura. There's gonna be like, you know, wind. It's gonna be a sunny day with no wind, and then all of a sudden there's gonna be wind. Like when Bruno walks in, and everyone's gonna stand up and clap. You know, the president RG is gonna be, you know, standing there just waiting for him. Like, oh, these are all, you know, presidential treatment is what he's gonna get, Bruno Fernandez, because that's just the type of player he is, a presidential type of player. So, yeah, presidential, you know. Presidential.
I think that concludes the Bruno to Real Madrid. And just by the way, if you believe any of what we just said, or you believe these rumors, shout me, people. I got some magic beans to sell you lot after the show.
Facts.
But continue to run up the likes, hit the subscribe button, people. Hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to Sheik's channel. Links in the title. Subscribe to Leon's channel as well. Both links are in the title, people. So click the links, opens up new tabs. I think we pretty much discussed everything. I know there's a few questions, but I think that's pretty much everything in regards to United, because we're back here tomorrow anyway, people, for another Mandem United before the Forest game. And then you'll get me and the gubernatorial nigger in the comments. Veta will be back for the United City show as well. Also, people. So we'll be back. Me and the gasfighter extraordinaire will be back. So we'll be getting his thoughts on their winner. Make sure he's on City's win in the FA Cup. Obviously, they're through to the FA Cup semi-final, and Haaland's injury, etc., etc. Big up Bayesian Pops as well. Make sure you subscribe to Bayesian Reds TV. Awesome. Well, yo, Sheik, let them know what you got coming up over the week with Premier League returning, etc., all that good stuff.
Yeah, shout out to everyone. Obviously, took a little bit of a break on the YouTube with the international break. I must say, best 2 weeks of my life. Like, not having to watch United after such a long period of time is great. But we're back at it tomorrow. And, on Sheik TV. Well, today, actually, I'm going to be going live for Mud Brothers. Before that, we'll be live on Hassan's channel for A-listers, so definitely check that out. And then Mud Brothers at 10 p.m. UK. Tomorrow is the game, of course, like the watch along, which I'll be there with Flawless and Eddie.
Shit, I feel like we
And
ain't
then-
done because the international break. We ain't done a watch along.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It feels like a long
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
And yeah, it feels like a very, very long time. It was good to be away from United for a while, but yeah, we're back to it tomorrow. Nottingham Forest going to be an absolutely, oh dude, I don't even want to think about that game. But yeah, we're back at it tomorrow. Match reaction will be there. Like I think it'll be a pre-recorded one because I think I have work tomorrow, and then I'll be continuing my WWE series as well. So I've done 4 episodes of those so far. Majority of them I've got my ass beat. I'm just getting betrayed by people all the time in that WWE series, bro. Like I can't.
Yeah, they be treating you like a victim. It's crazy. I think he's froze. But yeah, make sure you check out Sheik's WWE 2K25 streams because they've been mad fun to watch. They've been very, very good. I've been tuning in. They'll be back in a second. But yeah, Leon, man, let them know what you got coming up. Not necessarily on the channel, and obviously we're working away from your channel and also and everything, so Eddie can find you all that good stuff.
Yeah, me just work really, to be honest. Like I shoot video and edit video all the time, so I'm just out and about different places. But started a running club in my city, called The Movement. So we're making some moves with that as well, just building that up. So yeah, man, we're working, man. A lot of community and meaningful stuff. Sheik, can you hear us?
Yes. Can you guys?
Yeah, you cut out halfway through. Do you want to plug your WWE thing?
Oh no, it's all good. Yeah, just check out the 2K25 career mode stream.
Very good streams, people. Very entertaining.
Check out people. It's just fun jokes. Honestly, just pull up to see me get my ass beat because that's just every episode so far. So yeah, pull up, people. Love. But
so for me, everything's calm, man. I feel blessed. It's good to be back talking with the brothers. I've just had a couple of days where I've been up on I try not to do these when I'm on the motorway too much because the connection's in and out. But we're here, man. We're here. But it's good. It's always a pleasure. And big up you, Flawless, as well, because the channel's growing, playback's growing as well as seeing. So just keep up the good work, man. Do you know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it for real. And you lot continue to run up the likes, hit the subscribe button again, subscribe to Leon's channel, and then you'll find all his socials on there. Same with Sheik, both links are in the title. Hit the subscribe button on here, road to 15K as well. Don't forget, available on all audio platforms, Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, etc. Follow us on Spotify, 5-star us on there. It really helps. Same way, anywhere you listen to podcasts, because all the shows that we do on the YouTube are on there, obviously, apart from watch-alongs, fan calling shows, and the gaming content. Get over to the playback, like Leon mentioned as well. I may do some NBA tonight. I'm not sure, because there is NBA games going on tonight. So I may do a couple.
Yo, I had to start watching it, man. It was too thingy. It's so good.
I stopped watching it
so
too.
late, man. It's so late here. It's crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I stopped watching it because we're shit. That's why.
The Celtics are playing the Grizzlies and the Lakers are playing the Rockets.
Wait, who does Sheik support?
Sacramento Kings.
Oh yeah, Kings.
I'm from there. I live there. So yeah, the Kings.
The Kings. But
I don't even know if Flawless's team is.
No, I have a team.
You must have a team that you like, though.
No, I don't have a team. Legit. I got players that I like, but I don't have a team because I'm not just gonna pick a team randomly. Like I need to have some form of. It's got to be a reason. I just pick a team just off the whim. Like, I like such and such a player, so I'm gonna pick that team, and then he leaves.
Yeah. I think in the UK it's different for us, isn't it? Because some people either pick a team or you do like certain players. Like when I used to watch NBA back in the day, it was Heat when the big three was there, Wade, LeBron, and Bosh in it, and that was good times. Do you know what I mean? Then Iverson when I was a kid and that. So, but yeah.
See, with me, before it was like United was picked for me. You know what I'm saying? It's like I didn't have no choice. I'm born and bred. I ain't get like my whole family's United fans. So with the NBA, it's not like it's gotta be a reason for it. That's where I'm at. People like I do have favorite players and stuff, but yeah, like I said, Grizzlies, Celtics, Lakers, Rockets. That they're both there, the 2 games. So keep a lookout on the playback. I may do
that's
one
tonight.
Yeah, that's the night.
Lakers, Rockets might have to.
Yeah, that's the night. Now Eddie said that. That means it's probably gonna be a good game, so I'll be there for it. So you'll get a double header.
Yeah, I'm gonna be knocked out probably.
But Lakers, Rockets, and you see the fight yesterday as well, Eddie? Did you see it? With the
Hell yeah,
and the T-Wolves.
Usual suspects.
That's my man who threatened Gil, wasn't it? What's his name?
Yeah.
What's his name again?
Listen, man, they don't understand, man. They got a white Dante. We call him White Dante around these parts. The White Dante. We already know. We got that energy. We got that energy. We got a bunch of brothers who fashionably walk in black Air Forces. It was bound to happen. It was in the makings. The coach, The coach looked like he partaking bar fights for fun. Bald headed. You already know. It was raspy voice, brother. It was bound to happen. It was the stars were aligning for somebody to get. And the best part of the fight was White Dante was out there manhandling folks.
Yeah,
If y'all look at it, if y'all go look at some of the clips, a brother was crying out there. A brother was crying out there, literally tears, not because because you know, some brothers when they can't like get to you, they start crying and shit.
yeah,
I don't know, y'all ever seen that?
yeah, Vango. Yeah, I hear what you're
Yeah,
talking about.
yeah. So he had one of them ones. So I was like, oh, okay, you were young, yeah, yeah. So it was funny as fuck though. It was super funny.
Yeah, but yeah, big up. Love to everyone that's locked in. Let me see who's live. We're gonna redirect and send you lot over.
Hey, I didn't realize that Luka went to Lakers.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh, they got to cook the season. They have to cook.
Yeah. The crash out was crazy from
They got
the
cooked.
Mavs fans.
Who left
crash
them?
Man.
was crazy. The crash out was absolutely
Flawless. Who left them?
Anthony Davis.
Oh
AD
yeah,
went
AD.
over.
Yeah, AD.
Yeah.
Okay, where did
Well,
AD
you know
go?
what? Lewis is still live, people. So we're gonna redirect.
Dallas. He went to Dallas.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, so they just done the swaps
Yeah.
then. Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah. It was mad.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, people. Lewis is still live. Oh yeah, let me not forget one last thing. Obviously, in the playback, I already mentioned the NBA games. Be like 12:45 a.m., 10:30 p.m. Talk Your Ish. That's the fan calling show. Be live on the YouTube channel. Feel free to call in. Doesn't matter where you're calling in from. Doesn't matter who you support. Doesn't matter what you want to talk about footballing wise. So Premier League fan calling show. Feel free to call in, people. That's 10:30 p.m. UK time, but that's on the schedule, which I will update on the YouTube anyway. This has been the Mandem United podcast, the Manchester United podcast, live on the Sarcasm CTV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.